lesson, we've done the edit details button, and then we put some validation rules in. So if somebody tries to edit the main header, it will tell them they can't do it. And if they try to edit a blank row, it'll also refuse it. And we did that by putting the code into the actual macro of the button rather than the form itself. Now, in this lesson, I'm going to show you how to delete a row. The thing, there's two ways to do this. We can either copy the user form again and then get rid of these two buttons and put a delete button in. So we could copy exactly what we have for edit details. So we could have this. So we could use the exact same form. It would bring up, when you click the row, it would bring up all the details. You'd see the details there, and you click the delete button. Or you can make it simple for the user and just edit the macro to delete the row. The code you would use is exactly the same. The process is exactly the same as we did for editing the details. It's just personal choice. The way I'm going to do is I'm going to just do a macro because I find it a lot easier, but whichever way you want to do it, it's the same code. So I'll insert a new shape and we'll call it delete details. That'll be our delete details button. And I'll make a new macro for it, so assign a macro, and I'll call it delete underscore details new macro. Now we've already got our edit macro details, so we can take all that code out with us. So copy that and I'll paste that in. Yeah, it says what worksheet to open up. Everything's fine there, and it's picking the active row and it's telling me what the active row is. So we want to tell the user, you're on this row, do you want to delete it? So now we just need to put in the code that will delete the row. As I said, you could use this in your form if you wanted with a delete button, or you can put it here. So I'm going to type in, we're going to put a message box, so if message box, and then I'll put in, let's have a look, please confirm delete, and then I need to put the VB question command in. VB question, and that'll be plus VB yes no, and then comma, and we'll put in confirm, close the brackets, equals, and we need VB yes then, and we'll go to VBS then, and then this is where the code comes in, rows, and we've got I row, and then we've used this command before, entire row dot delete and end if. So basically what should happen now is please confirm delete and then confirm yes or no. I should be able to delete my row. And as I said, I've set this at a macro, and naming convention, I'll call it delete underscore macro. So now if I go back to my form, I've got a delete button. So if I go to delete, let's have a go of deleting an empty row. And it's letting me delete it, which you shouldn't have done. So we need to put some code in for that. but let's have a look. If I want to delete user 5, so the active row is 6, please confirm delete, yes, and I deleted it. So let's go back in now and tidy up that code so we can't delete some of the other rows that we've got. And again, that's pretty straightforward. We've got our edit macro, and we've got one for deleting the header, and we've got one for an empty row. So if I copy those and paste them in, let's put them beforehand. So now if I go back to my Excel sheet and let's have a go, I'll try an empty row. Active cell is row 6, row is empty, throws me out. Delete details, active row cell 1, I don't want to delete it, cannot edit header. So we've now deleted our details. So we've got our edit details working, we've got our delete details working, and we've got a button to add details. So that's pretty much everything you want to do with the form with all the necessary validation. The final lesson in this little mini series will be editing these buttons so they don't move and putting a bit of simplifying the navigation between the dashboard and the address details. Thank you very much.